I'm Christine, and welcome to Faith Stories. So, I am so excited about today, even as I come to share this with you. I've just had, like, I'd say day one of being able to notice thoughts that just creep in and then casting them down. It's easy to say that verse for casting down imaginations, but literally today I had such a day. And so it's really freeing, and my mind feels so free. Like I'm not carrying emotions based on a thought I had and then imagination that went off in the wrong direction. So I'm grateful to God for that. And today I want to encourage you to be counting your blessings. When we're trusting God for something huge and something life altering, who we are as people has to change before we get to experience that. And I imagine if it was a role, like maybe the person was an intern and then they're being promoted to an assistant, they need certain experience, qualifications, and grade for the job of an assistant, and similarly to a manager, to a CEO. So, like, you cannot operate as a CEO with the mindset of an intern. So God has to transform even your mind before you can occupy where it is that He's sending you. And then, but in the meantime, you can actually see His hand in your life every day, and be grateful for that. And then look to the Bible, see what He's done for others, and then see His faithfulness, because He is so faithful. I think about David again. Each of the Psalms, he's just praising God. He may have lamented, but then he ends up with "Bless the Lord, O my soul," because he has gotten to know the Lord intimately and can trust Him no matter what the external situation looks like. And so, as believers, we carry the light of God, and today I want to read you a verse. It's John 1. I know there are other verses on the light that God gives us, but this is the one I'll share. John chapter 1, verse 9. The true light that gives light to every man was coming into the world. Let's talk about Jesus. So, Jesus is the true light that gives each one of us light as believers, and we are carriers of that light. Whether we've come to the knowledge of it or not, but the more we come into the knowledge of it, the more God teaches us as we are willing to be taught, and then now, transforms us into that which we are supposed to be doing. So today I would share a story on how like even having that clarity of mind is something that God has given me. It's something I never used to have. I used to have sort of brain fog, where I could take a really long time before I could get even one thing done. I don't know if that was some form of depression or what that was, but even as I tell the story now, it's like those memories are even fading, like it's not clear to me. And yet, just some time ago, I was really angry at when I thought about those memories, that days could go by in which I could not be able to do anything and be sort of paralyzed. And then now I did so much today and still my mind was very clear, and it's still as clear even now. So I just want to let you know, if you're in the midst of it, It's going to be a testimony for others, and God will see you through because He's faithful and He is building you up to occupy those positions that you're going to occupy, because you can't occupy them with an old mindset. It's like He's so good to us. Yeah, I can't imagine, or rather, I'd like to imagine that if I was handed down something, I would be capable of handling it. That someone would entrust me with something if I wasn't capable of doing it, so that I don't mess up. Yeah. And so with that, He just shapes us, and through the gifts, let's say the fruit of the Holy Spirit, to be displays of that, because you'll find sometimes in the flesh you're operating opposite to that fruit. Like if it's patience, you have impatience. If it's love, you're having hatred. Joy, you're angry, and so on. But so God works in us the opposite. So God be with you, and I'll see you on the next one.